Hi, folks. Welcome to the Joseph Crudup Show. Today is Wednesday, March the 3rd, 2021. And yes, your body has slim. Slim. For the ones who left in masks and taking their masks off, and it's a crazy, crazy world going on here. I mean, even though we wear masks at work, we wear masks at the store, and everywhere we go. Everywhere we go is put up a day. But what not not anymore. Not anymore. Joe Biden is mad because he hates seeing people take their masks off. No more wearing masks. So let's take a look what's happening here, folks. It went bad to it went bad. That was today. And it says that CNBC says President Joe Biden slams governors for lifting mask mandates, calling it near hard thinking. Now, the Texas Governor Greg Abbott and Mississippi Governor Tex Reeves, both Republicans, announced today that they will allow business to reopen at 100% and lift mask mandates. President Joe Biden today called the decisions a big mistake. The last thing, the last thing we need in men is men that are thinking that in the meantime everything's fine. Take off your mask. Forget it. It still matters, Biden said. Now, Joe Biden says today, slam states that replace COVID-19 restrictions on business and necessary mask mandates for residents, calling the moves a big mistake. Texas Governor Greg Abbott and Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves, both Republicans, announced Tuesday they will allow businesses to reopen at 100% temporarily and lift mask mandates. Biden's remarks were in response to shouting questions from the press specialist about the two states. Look, I hope everybody's realized by now these masks make a difference, Biden told reporters at the White House. Well, on a couple of briefings able to fundamentally change the nature of this disease because of the way which we were able to get vaccines in people's arms. The last thing we need is needing help, needing hard thinking. That. In the meantime, everything's fine. Take off your mask. Forget it. It still matters. He added that it is critical. That's the state officials following the science and encourage Americans to continue to wear masks and follow all public health guidelines. I know you all. I know you all know that Biden told reporters. I wish the heck son of non-elected officials would. In response to Biden's remarks, Reeves tweeted that Mississippians didn't need holidays as numbers drop. They can citizen their choices and listen to experts. I just think we should trust Americans, not insulting them. In announcing their decisions, reasonable both credited the declining number of new COVID-19 cases and the increasing availability of vaccines, all reasons for ending the restrictions. But federal officials have been warning that the deadline in this new case appears to be starting now, and that the emergency of the new coronavirus variants could lead to the results. It is clear from the recoveries, the vaccinations, the reduced hospitalizations, and the safe practice the tests are losing. That state, many deaths are no longer needed. Renee Ezra, Abbott's press secretary, saying in a statement to CNBC, we must now do more to restore livelihoods and normality for tests. The government's force has been and always will be protecting the lives and livelihoods and livelihoods of Texas. She added that Texas had the tools and knowledge to combat COVID-19 and can make their own decisions. It is to say the governor was clear in telling Texans that COVID hasn't ended and that all Texans should follow medical advice and safe practice during the pandemic. Now, both governors stuck in a smaller tone in making their announcements Tuesday, saying that people should still follow public health guidelines, but that strict statewide mandates are not upholding it. Despite the rollback of the restrictions, some businesses in both states had said they would still require them making interstate stores. On Monday, before the two governors made their announcements, Dr. Richard Resky, director of the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, warned state officials against lifting public health restrictions too quickly. Over the past 7 days, the U.S. reported an advance of more than 65,400 daily new cases, according to data compiled by Johns Hopkins University, that far below the peak of about 250,000 new cases every day that the country was reporting in early January, but it's still well above the rate of the infections the U.S. saw over the summer when the virus swept across the Sun Belt. At this level of cases, with virus spreading, we stand to completely lose the hard-earned ground we had gained. With these stats, I'm really worried about most states rolling back their certain public health measures we have commanded to protect people from COVID-19. But please hear me clearly. At this level of case, with variants spreading, we stand to completely lose the hard-earned ground we have gained, she said. So this is all ridiculous, okay? This is ridiculous. The Texas and the Mississippi, the state of Texas and the state of Mississippi are in a 100% capital. As we always said. Yes, it is. It is, man. It's. Well, I know. This is all something else. It was so stupid how they had the masks taken off and just did everything they could. But this is what they said. This is what Joe Biden said. Now, Joe Biden sharply criticized states such as Texas and Mississippi for lifting COVID-19 restrictions against play from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and other top public health officials, accusing those in power of never taking. I think it's a big mistake. Look, I hope everyone's realized by now these masks make a difference. We're on the cusp of able to be in a film fundamentally change the nature of the disease because of the new way, in the way in which we're able to get vaccines in people's arms, Biden said when asked about the decisions by GOP governors Greg Abbott of Texas and Tate Reeves of Mississippi to relax restrictions. Look, it was so brutal. I mean, Tate Reeves and Abbott. I mean, now the Texas, as you may just see, the Texas are content. I mean, it was not the right thing to do. It was the right thing to do, and Joe Biden thinks that, and they think it was the right thing to do, and Joe Biden didn't like that. Now, what has happened here? Greg Abbott was, he was very happy that the state of Texas had lifting the restrictions of the COVID-19 And we are not surprised. Now, Bonnie, now, the last thing, he said the last thing we need is now how to think and then in the meantime, everything's fine. Don't take off your mask, forget it. It still matters, and but it's just not right. Body, who is in meeting with the practitioner group of lawmakers in the Oval Office on the subject of ending cancer, calling on all Americans to continue to follow guidelines despite the mixed messages from some state officials. And it's going hell and high water. But this is all now. Now we're going for this and we're going to skip that. It says Johnson and Johnson single dose coronavirus vaccine, the dual COVID-19 shot authorized for use in the U.S., has started to the administrators this week. Today, Riscular retarded that she is encouraged in favor to wear masks and practice social distancing in order to protect their own health and stop the virus from spreading. Every individual is empowered to do the right thing here, regardless of what the state decides, Riskin said. And yes, it is. Yes, it is. We have to have vaccines on their arms so they can get better. And that will not stop. The coronavirus will not stop them after they get the vaccine. After they get the vaccine, everything will be okay. We all know that last year the COVID-19 of last year, and this pandemic, there are the New World Order. Now today, the vaccines could be the game changer for them. And probably in the future, but anyway, but every single freaking thing. We are living in the world that we have living. Now, they all know about this for sure. They all know about this for years. And they didn't even know what is going on and what's happening until now. Now, Great Apple of Texas and Tate of Mississippi look forward. And that's the worst of the now. This is the last thing we're ever going to do. And this is how what's going on. And this is a continue, just continue. But taking off the mask in Texas and taking off the mask in Mississippi is a total BS. As well, Miss Hollis is just saying that that's we always know. We already know that. We already cares. Who cares anyway? But look, this pandemic thing is not over. So, we go to the coronavirus vaccines and just said like this. And the last 2 days, it went nothing. It just went nothing for sure. Then that's going to continue. Here's an update for the coronavirus thing, folks. It looks like the numbers are still dropping. In Granville County, here's a total of North Carolina's 878,000 total cases. The deaths have totaled 11,385. Now the numbers are still dropping, but not that much. And I think this is gonna be it's gonna be something that we're ever gonna face, and we're ever gonna face for sure. But anyway, it's always matters. Okay, that will do it. Joseph Crudup here, and I'll see you tomorrow.